What's up, guys? I thought I would do a update video for the TNT network that actually is just me sitting here at home explaining you to what happened to a lot of the cars and stuff that are on my channel, because there's a lot of vehicles that you guys have either seen leave or seen that you don't know. You're kind of wondering, have they left or are they still around? If you follow my website, sometimes that'll lead you with a little bit more reason of where they might have went or gone or anything. But some of them have not, or not updated that enough to be totally honest. I need to really get to work and update that. I just do it little when I got time. I got a lot more time now, so I need to get that done for you guys. First things, we'll start from the very beginning. List of cars that have been on the channel. Alright, my first car was a 1976 Oldsmobile 98. That was on this channel. That wasn't my first vehicle by far, but it was a 1976 Oldsmobile 98. If you watch my very first videos, that's in it. Alright, you probably, I got a message. I wonder, well, if some of you watch, I traded it for my 71 Chevy K5 Blazer to a friend of mine. He ended up not driving it, and I ended up buying it back from him for a relatively cheap price because I did like that car. Later down the road, I didn't end up driving it, and it ended up having more problems and more problems just setting. So I put it on Craigslist and got rid of it. I got more money out of it than I did buying it both times, which is kind of cool and lucky at the same time. And I ended up basically getting the Blazer for like $300, which was a good deal because it's not totally completely junk and rusted out. Next, well, I got this in between the 76 Oldsmobile 98. It was in between buying them back and stuff. It was a 1977 Chevy pickup, and I do actually believe that was from the first video was for the 77, not K5, 77 K20 four-wheel drive Chevy pickup. I do believe the first video on that was about that, so I'm sorry about that. It wasn't for the 76. It was for the pickup because I was going to plan to restore it. I planned to restore it. I got it in the shop. You guys seen that. Pulled the motor and all that. One day I happened to be working on it. This is actually kind of a funny story, really. I was working on it, and this truck was full of rust. This truck was terrible. There was holes in the floor back there around. Couldn't patch them. It was terrible. And I was playing around with the cab, shook the door, and the cab moved 4 or 5 inches, which it was bad. I knew it was bad because if you push the clutch in, the clutch wasn't engaging because the cab would go up 3 or 4 inches. When you push the clutch in, it was bad. This truck would need totally new cab. Frame was solid. I should have kept the frame and just built from there, but you later guys know I got the 77, which we'll get onto that later in this video, but I got that. I figured after the cab, I wasn't going to put the money into it to replace the box and the cab. I just said, the hell with it. I got all the parts that I had for it, round and round, which I wish I would have junked most of them, because that would have been handy on the 74, but hindsight's 2020, and I ended up junking that. Which later down the road, you guys know that I bought the Crown Victoria, the 96 Police Interceptor. One of my most favorite cars, and the only car that I happen to have that I do still believe the air conditioning worked in. Sadly, I am going to get it working in the Camaro, so the 95, so yeah. I got it. And, well no, we skipped the fucking Blazer. Shit. The Blazer, the 71 K5 Blazer. I got it. I was going to say it was going to be my daily driver. That didn't happen. I ended up tearing into it, doing a little bit of this and that, and ended up pulling the motor, taking the whole front clip, buying new fenders and different stuff, new wiring harness and all that. I still got all that stuff. I still have the Blazer. It has been shunned out to the barn, and my brother is looking, which my brother's is the place that I do all this work and stuff, all my vehicles, and I'm so happy, and he doesn't know how much it means to me for me to for him to let me keep my shit, literally, because most of it is garbage, complete junk, out at his house and work on it. I am very happy. I'm a very, I hope I am in debt to him big time. More than just the physical money that I actually literally owe him, but for letting me use his tools and his shop. Which I'm very happy for him letting me do that. And I ended up, it's sitting out in the barn out there at my brother's property. And he's getting ready to move, so it's probably to be going to another building. And it will not be a while before I get the money to fix it, because it needs a lot of money, and I want to do it right, because it would be worthy of doing it right. Alright, so that's the Blazer. It's still around, and I do not plan of getting rid of it unless the right buyer comes along with the right amount of cash. Next car was the Crown Victoria. You guys know it blew up because there was a video of it actually going away. Sadly, very good car when I had it. Love the car. I was hard on the car, as the previous owner was. He was very hard on the car. I knew him. I personally knew him, so it didn't. And the cops, I knew it was a cop car from around here. They treated it decently, like I'd say normal cop car. But I didn't treat it. I treated it pretty good. I mean, you treat a cop car a certain way. It's hard to explain when you own one. I treated my Crown Vic probably the hardest that I have most of my vehicles. And, crap, what else is there I can say about the Crown Vic? Well, it blew up. It's gone. Obviously, I scrapped it and got my money. Most of my money back, actually, out of it. That I paid for it. Gave $700 for the car. Good car for $700. A lot cheaper than rent a car. Okay, in between, I better get a camera here for a second. I got the Oldsmobile, 77 Chevy, 71 Blazer, the Crown Vic. Am I forgetting one? No. Okay, we're good. Then I got the 95 Camaro. In between the Crown Vic blowing up, I got it actually in the middle of the Crown Vic blowing up, before it blew up. Got the 95 Camaro, which I still have now. You guys know that's my baby. It will always be. It's setting, actually, here at my house in the garage. And it's nicely all sitting under its nicely car cover. Well, actually, right now it's not. I need to put it under it, though. Yes, it's sitting inside, being babied, pampered like it normally is. And, what else? Come on, let's think. So I got it and fixed it. There's too many cars, guys. I need to get rid of some and just start over. So I got it, fixed it, and drove it. And it's kind of my on and off car. I don't drive it very much because it is kind of my weekend cruiser. And it's my best car that I own, and I like to keep it that way. So after I got the Camaro, I'm trying to think. I had the Camaro, I fixed it up. It was a nice car. I like it. It's still a good car. I still got it. So, yes, I have not got rid of it. I don't plan on it. Unless somebody comes up with the right amount of cash for it. But it is set extremely high. I am way over the price the car is worth. Because it's got that much sentimental value in it. Next car. I believe, if I'm not skipping anything. Oh, and that one Blazer, that blue one, that was parked for the 77 Chevy. That wasn't mine. That was a friend of mine's Blazer that he bought it for scrap, and I got the parts off of it, picked it up, took the transmission out for him, and then took the Blazer back to him. What else was there? Yeah, pretty much that. Then I got I believe it was the 98 Grand Am. You guys see me do a few videos of that, putting subs in it, some cheap duals and a crunch amp, which weren't bad subs for being a cheap build. The box is the best thing out of that set. The box is a really good box. You have no problem shoving the ZVRs I got in now and it holding up, but I ended up selling it to get money to buy the 74 Chevy Stepside that I recently just got rid of. The 98 Grand Am, I sold it to my brother. I replaced a lot of parts on it. He put a lot of parts in it, actually. Then he just recently sold it, too. My screen's just shut off. I have some pictures of the cars and stuff just to help me remember what I had. Yes, so I got rid of the Grand Am to get the money to buy my 74 Chevy Stepside. I'm trying to remember if I forgot anything. No, but I got the 74 Chevy Stepside. And then I pretty much bought it, brought it home, had a little fun with it, realized that it needed a front end rebuild. I completely redid the front end underneath it and many other stuff. I basically went through the wiring harness because there was problems in it under the dash, stuff that needed fixed. Basically redid all the wiring from the front to the rear of the truck underneath for the tail lights, made the rear turn signals function properly. Redid underhood wiring, new front leaf springs which came to the truck, which I was part of the front end. Never got my new rear leaf springs put in it. I still have them for my next Chevy build, which there will be another Chevy truck probably in the future. Because I've got a love for those and passion. I love those trucks. They're just awesome. Something about them, I don't know. I got it. You guys know recently I traded the 74 Chevy Stepside, which is probably one of the worst decisions I've made of my car trading career or life or whatever you want to say it. I will miss that truck. It was my dream pickup. As I said in the first video I got of it, it was the truck I wanted since I was about 8 years old. And the pickup was put on Craigslist at the time of my the day of my birthday, within a few hours of when I was born. So it was pretty special. It was a pretty special truck. But hey, at least I can say I did own my truck, my dream truck. It wasn't to the dream truck status I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be fully restored, very, very nice, but it was close. It had a beast look to it. It was mean. And I traded it for my 93 Mitsubishi 3000 GT, which you guys seen in the new video that I recently uploaded. I'm happy with the car. I mean, there's stuff I want to do with it. There's ways I want to go with it. I just don't really know. I'm putting it off. I don't know. I want to make it. I want to fix it, make it run good, and I'm going to drive it, I think, is what it's going to be. I think it actually is going to be my main drive-around car. It needs brakes, tires, I'm going to give it oil change. I'm going to give it a tune-up, fuel filter, shocks maybe. I don't know. Depends. Just get it up in good running condition and just drive it. Now we'll move on to the third gen thing, which I'm going to do this whole video section together. In between owning the 74 Chevy, I put the 74 Chevy build on hold for a while because I acquired a 1984 Z28. Now this Z28 was free from a friend of mine, and we got it, me and my brother got it for pulling the motor for free. I got the rolling body of the car, and I stripped it down to see what I had to go with, which you guys know. Later on I realized I didn't need a lot of parts, and my friend found on Craigslist that 84 Berlinetta, the blue one. The Titleist Berlinetta, as I like to call it, because it's got no title. I got it, and I use it, because it's a perfect park car, pretty much untouched by people. Like, it was a pretty stock. Pretty good interior. Good, I don't know, exterior. Really, it was rusty. It's very rusty, but not too terribly bad rusty, but there's holes in the floorboards and stuff. Iowa car is what it was, with 130,000 miles. It spent most of his life outside. And I bought it for parts, and it would have sufficed for parts, but I needed a lot of money to put my 383 stroker, which I did get out of my 71 Chevy Blazer, which is the motor that's on the engine stand on one of my 84 update videos. And it was going to go in the Z28. And as you guys know, the Z28 has, I don't know if you know this, but it does have a rear end. I can't remember what gear ratio it is, but it has four-wheel disc brakes, and I believe that's going into the new brown Berlinetta, but I haven't even gotten into that yet. But so I got the blue car to fix the Z28, which now that Z28 has moved on to the barn to set, why it either gets sold I get money to redo it, or I get money to turn it into a dragster, which I have been contemplating on turning it into a dragster. A street dragster, a pro street dragster. Just something mean with a big block. A custom frame, rear tub with big back, wide tires like the dragsters. Make it look mean. Make it have some get up too. I mean, we don't want it to just be a all show no go. But that'll be a long time, and I'm just gonna keep it because I can't scrap it and get any value out of it. It ain't worth anything in weight wise. So why the hell? Keep it. It's pretty much a rust-free Z28 84 body. It's good shape. The Blue Berlinetta I'm keeping also because it's parts for either or my other Camaros. And it's also a good storage cabinet compartment for all the 84 Z28 parts and some 94 Camaro parts for my 95, some spare parts. So I got the Blue Berlinetta to fix the Z28, and then we changed direction. I put the Z28 out in the barn, and the Blue Berlinetta is sitting outside now, because I didn't want to push it to the barn, because it's still got the motor in it, and it's kind of heavy, and I really don't want to get the skid loader out, because there's really no way to steer it, because I undid the steering column, and there's no way to really turn it with no steering column and the weight of the motor. There is, but it's a pain in the ass. So it's sitting outside. Then my next vehicle was, well, when I started out wanting a third gen, I've always been a big fan of the 1984, I think it was 86, digital dash Berlinettas. I loved them. They were cool to me. I always liked them. It was probably the dream Camaro that I had, or my favorite Camaro was the digital dash Berlinetta. And after I got the Z28, I started looking for a digital dash Berlinetta to use the parts on to put in the Z28, because I wanted to do that because it's a rust-free chassis. And I was looking around, and I found the brown Berlinetta Z28. Not Z28, Berlinetta, just the Berlinetta, the brown Berlinetta. T-tops, good car. I found it on Craigslist for $600. I believe I only paid $5 for it. I think so. Yeah, I get $5 for it. I talked the guy down to $5, and it's a good car. A lot of people ask me, why don't you just put the Z28 or switch all the parts over to the Z28 body? It's got less rust. Yeah, it does have less rust, but the rust on this car is a lot of surface rust, and there's one hole in the fender well. That's the worst of it. And the Blue Berlinetta is not rusted out where that brown Berlinetta is, so I'm going to cut the whole patch panel out and weld it in back there in the rear fender well and patch that up. And then I'm going to chassis saver or POR 15 all the surface rust and kind of put a dead stop to that and eventually paint the car. I want to keep this Berlinetta kind of stock because it did come. It's the right VIN for having the digital dash. It's one of, hold on if I can find it here. I brought this down to a certain that it's one of. That might be it. No, that's not it. Where is it? I swear I uploaded it. I think this is it. Yeah, no. Apparently I don't have the file, but I thought I had the file. Well, I must not. So, hold on, here it is. Yeah, I just got the file right here. Alright. It is, I do believe, one of 19,000, which there could be less. I have not went through and looked at all the RPO codes breakdowns to see how many were made in a year with that option. So it could be less than that, which the odds are it is probably less than 1 of 19,000. Because I don't know how many were brown. But I got that car. It is in relatively okay shape for being a Iowa car with 180,000 miles on it. It's got a lot of miles on it for being a 84 and the first gen small block Chevy motor, well, 350s motor style. They were basically a motor that was completely, well, it wasn't junk. It was worn out at about 70 to 100,000 miles. He was lucky he got 180,000 miles out of it. Non-fuel injected too. Other than that, yeah, this is pretty much up to the point where we are. I'm forgetting that other 91 Chevy K5 Blazer. That was parts for my 74 Chevy pickup. I still have it. It's either going to get junked, sold to a friend to be used for his 50s frame, or his 50s cab. He's going to use it as 50s cab frame for his little 50 he got. So yeah, that's pretty much the update for all the cars that I've had and what happened to them. So let's do a quick recap of where we are. 76 Oldsmobile 98. Sold it. 77 K20. Junked it because it was just too far gone to fix. 71 Chevy K5 Blazer. Been barned. It's on the barn, saving it till I get money to do it right. The Crown Victoria, junked. 95 Camaro. In my garage, safe. 98 Grand Am, sold. 74 Chevy, traded for my 3000 GT, which I still have. And then my Z28 in the barn, still got it, saving it. Blue Berlinetta, saving it for parts. And the brown Berlinetta, still got it. So, and that's actually in the shop getting worked on right now. So, yeah. Thanks for watching this video. I know I've rambled on for 22 minutes about this, but this update will either, if you didn't know what was going on, or you're new to the channel, it will help you basically understand where we are in the Camaros and cars and trucks and the whole Tan Tin Network autos, basically. So, thanks for watching, guys. Rate, comment. I always read you guys' comments, so if you have anything to say, if you want to go tell me to fuck off, go right ahead. I don't care. If you think I have too many cars, go ahead and comment that. There's plenty of people that think that, and some days I think that, actually quite often. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.